All right, so this next one, I got to tell you, there's a funny story behind this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to change the order real quick because I think that it's better. Yeah, this next one, there's a funny story behind it, and spoiler alert for those watching us live. This trailer dropped, and this is for a second season of a show. And the first season did so terribly and was so bad. Then that when this trailer dropped, a similar show came out at the same time as the first season did. And when this trailer dropped, the company that made the other show dropped the next day dropped their trailer for their show, the second season of their show. And everybody, I haven't seen the comments. I imagine that everybody's making fun of this in the comments. But this is going to be an interesting one. Did you see the first season?
I think I did, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's everybody's reaction to it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah, I'm so used to the movies and stuff, so.
Mm-hmm. So let's check it out. We are watching the trailer for The Action Pack Needs You. You can support Mike's After Action Reviews on our Patreon for as little as $3 a month. Every quarter, once we've made at least $200, we're going to be giving away 10% of our earnings from Patreon in a giveaway over on our Twitch, so go check that out as well. You can find all of the links for everything in the description and in the pinned comment down below. Do your part. Support the pack. The Action Pack. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, official teaser trailer, Prime Video. This is the second season. Here we go. So it's coming from Prime. We're going to like the video. It's got 12.7 million views to 92,000 likes. Yep. To 498,000 dislikes.
Oh, man. Wow.
Oh, there is one button to bring them all into darkness, and that is the dislike button. And it has done its job today.
That's a lot, too.
Yes.
Almost half a million.
So in the first season, they had this huge numbers for the first two episodes because they released the first two episodes in one day. And a bunch of people watched the first two episodes, and then 63% of people who watched the first two episodes stopped watching the show and never came back. So only 36, I think they said actually it's 36. So only 36% of people finished the show who watched the first episode. So that's terrible. So here we go. Darkness Will Bind Them. The Rings of Power returns August 29th. That's my birthday on Prime Video. About the Rings of Power Season 2, Sauron is returned, cast out by Galadriel without army or ally. The rising Dark Lord must rely on his own cunning to rebuild his strength and oversee the creation of the Rings of Power, which will allow him to bind all the peoples of Middle-earth to his sinister will. Building on Season 1 epic scope and ambition. My God. That Season 1 was so terrible. Season 2 of Amazon's Lord of the Rings of Power, plunges even the most beloved and vulnerable characters into a rising tide of darkness, challenging each to find their place in a world that is increasingly on the brink of calamity. Elves and dwarves, orcs and men, wizards and harfoots. As friendships are strained and kingdoms begin to fracture, the forces of good will struggle ever more valiantly to hold on to what matters to them most of all, each other. Okay, so like we said, first season was terrible. Any thoughts on it? You don't even remember if you watched it or not.
No, that tells you something right there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was so boring. It was so boring.
Right. Yeah, they can make it a little. The parts. Some parts they probably should shrink, and other parts they should expand. Like a good accordion.
Well, the thing is that Tolkien wrote these books, and the people who are fans of Tolkien really, really get into the lore of Tolkien, and they did things in the first season that were not lore accurate, and so that's a really, really bad thing.
Yeah.
Like for instance, all of the wizards that come to Middle Earth, they come by boat, okay? And in Season 1, there's a wizard who they don't even name. We don't know who it is. But he comes to Middle-earth as a meteor. Like, he crashes down into Middle-earth like a meteor. And where did he come from? Because according to Tolkien, the wizards lived in another land over the ocean, and no one can get there except for basically whoever God lets go there. But they just came on a boat. So why did he come falling from the sky? Like, that's just one example.
Right. Well, I wouldn't even know that. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we've got a 1 minute 43-second trailer. Are you ready?
I think I am.
All right.
Hi, it's Travis with Oscar Mike Radio. Oscar Mike Radio is a military and veterans podcast and show about those who serve our country and those who have served and are doing amazing things.
You know what? Let's take more. And then they had that fantastic
managing those logistics and getting things where they need to be on time.
I mean, come on.
Want to learn more? Want to follow the show? Go to OscarMikeRadio.com or the link below. We're Oscar Mike, and we're mission in flight. Thank you.
Here we go.
An evil, ancient and powerful, has returned.
Prepare yourselves.
He worms his way inside your mind.
So I'm just kind of waiting for, like...
Let us in.
There's some cool graphics. I mean, it looks very Tolkien.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, actually, this looks okay so far.
Yeah.
The only thing is that Galadriel... My understanding as well is that Galadriel was not really, like, a warrior. Like, she could fight, like, don't get me wrong, anybody... She's thousands of years old, but she's, like... She never really was, like, a commander of an army or anything.
Right.
Yeah, so they just... This is all... Yeah, anyway. They're showing the good parts here. Yeah, anyway. So let's... we'll see. This show cost $1 billion to make.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
Well,
and it looks really cheap. Like, so you're saying it has some good graphics and stuff, some good stuff. The first season, the armors and stuff, it looked like it was made of what? Oh my God! Why can't I think of it? What is the thing that when you get a to-go box, it's made of styrofoam? It's not styrofoam, but it's that
cardboard.
No, not cardboard. It's like that. Yeah, well,
styrofoam.
It's like that
Styrofoam.
Is it styrofoam? Yeah. So it looked like it was made of styrofoam. Like the elf armor looked like it was made of styrofoam in the first season. There was just something about it. And things didn't look good. Anyway, yeah. So here we go. We got about a minute left. Here we go.
I think he has been here. I think he's been here among us all along.
One second. Actually, I do have to comment on this. So you see that guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to show you what he looked like in season 1. So Sauron was a shapeshifter. This is what he looked like in Lord of the Rings. And where is he? He was called the Bright One. There he is. This is what he looked like before he took on the form. Like, when he went to the elves, he was supposed to have looked like this. Okay? Like, he looked like an elf. He was very angelic. He had white hair. He glowed. Okay. In season 1 of the show, he looks like... Where is he? Let me see. Sauron, Rings of Power.
Season 2, season 1.
I want to show you season 1. I want to get a good picture where you can see him. This is what he looks like in season 1. Where is
Okay.
it? Open a new. Okay, so this is what he looks like in season 1. This is what he looks like in season 2. This guy's a shapeshifter. Why is it that when he wants to start walking among the elves, he puts on a blonde wig and that's all he does?
I don't know.
That's one thing that people were like, this is kind of cheap. Like you just had, all you did was have the guy put on a wig. He looks weird like this once you see what he normally looks like. He looks weird with the wig on.
He kind of looks weird the other way too, but that's just me.
Yeah, there you go.
Weird.
But here he's supposed to be basically disguising himself, so that way he can walk amongst the elves and have them create the rings. So, but anyway, yeah, we got about a minute left. Again, I know I paused it real close, but here we go. Okay, he's been here the whole time.
Every soul in Middle Earth is in peril.
Okay, darkness will bind them. And we get the rings. And the eagles. See, and that's the thing that I was saying, is like immediately she looks at him and says, he's Sauron. It's like, yeah, you know he's Sauron. He looks exactly the same. He just has a blonde wig on. Anyway. Yeah. Okay.
Exploded or something.
Yeah. I'm wondering if that...
I wonder how many there are. Is it like 8, usually 8 or 12 or what?
You're talking about episodes? How many episodes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can look at like Rings of Power season 2 episode number. Sorry. So I think the first one it was either 8 or 10. 8 episodes.
8 episodes. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you the truth. The trailer didn't look bad. I mean, being honest, the trailer didn't look bad.
No, it didn't look bad.
The first season was so terrible that I have no faith that they're gonna make this any better in the second season.
Was this done by Ubisoft?
No. No. Might as well have been, right?
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is that I have no faith. I don't think other people have faith. I mean, look at they spent
$1 billion on it, so that's quite an investment, you know.
Yeah.
And
the thing is just that even if like they spent all that money, but even, you know, it's just, it doesn't look better than other things. Like this show does not look better than Game of Thrones. So where did that money go? You know what I'm saying? Like Game of Thrones cost maybe like what, $100 million or something to make the whole, or $15 million an episode or something.
Yeah.
This show made one season. The first season cost $1 billion.
So we don't know how much this one cost.
No, I don't. I think, okay, honestly, let me know in the comments if it was $1 billion for the first 2 seasons, or if it was $1 billion for like a bunch of seasons.
It's still a lot.
That's still a lot, and it doesn't.
If it's $1 billion for both of them, it'd still be a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of computer animated stuff in here. I mean, you can tell, it looks cool. I like it.
I'm gonna say, you've seen Game of Thrones. I mean, Game of Thrones.
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
So Game of Thrones had a lot of CGI as well, but they also had something that is more expensive, which is practical effects.
Right. Well, they did theirs in what was it? It wasn't Bosnia. It was over there across Italy. They did their. I can't think of the city.
I don't know where was Game of Thrones shot.
Yeah, it was shot in Mediterranean. Yeah, but anyways, they had some really good a good place where they did it at. It's
Spain.
In,
I mean, they had United Kingdom, Iceland, Spain,
Croatia. That's what I was thinking. Croatia. Malta. Malta's cool. I've been to Malta.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, I hope it does well. I hope it does well, even though the first one doesn't do well. Maybe they ironed out all the kinks and stuff.
So I will say I do want every show to be good, because if it's good, then we can watch it and have a good show. I don't think it's going to be good. I would say the same thing as you, though. Like, I hope. But do I really think that that's going to happen? Probably not.
I just don't think you don't try to make a series to lose money.
Yeah, I agree. Well, okay, so let's check this out, though, what other people are saying in the comments, because I imagine it's going to be terrible.
Yeah, it's going to be negative.
Okay. One wig to rule them all. One wig to hide them. One wig to fool them all. And now they cannot find him. Okay, Galadriel. No man can fool me. Sauron puts on wig. I am no man. Should have gotten Steve Buscemi to play Sauron with a backwards hat and skateboard. How do you do, fellow elves? Have you seen that, Steve Buscemi?
No,
How do you do, fellow kids? Here we go. Watch this. How do you do, fellow kids? Yeah, this is. That's Sauron walking around with that wig on. How do you do, fellow elves?
There you go. That's funny.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to fool the elves twice, isn't it? Super easy, barely an inconvenience. In the land of Mordor on the slopes of Mount Doom, Sauron forged in secret a master wig. People do not like that wig. With ring in hand and wig in place, he sought to rule the human race. That's funny. I like that.
Oh, that's like a poem they wrote. That's funny.
Yeah. It's like the whole. Yeah, here you guys can look at it. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but you can pause it. But yeah, Well, I'll read it. It says he sought to rule the human race from Rivendell to Rohan's plains. The whispers spread of Sauron's reigns. Yet in the end, the wig's allure could not ensure his power pure. For Frodo came with courage big, destroying Sauron's ring and wig. That's perfect. Yeah, people are just crapping on this. This is
that's pretty creative. That was pretty creative. I like that. That was funny.
People basically have no faith in this. So yeah,
that's got to be the worst. That has to be the worst discrepancy between thumbs up and thumbs down we've ever had on here. At least me and you.
Yeah, more than almost. It's like it's
not even close.
Five times more. So check it out August 29th on my birthday. But otherwise, let's move on to the next one.
On birthday.
Don't forget to check me out on Twitch and join the Discord, where you can voice chat with me while I live stream, and you won't be recorded or anything on YouTube and Twitch, so that's pretty cool. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. If you like to read, you can see my after-action reports on my blog. And if you are interested, you can get some merch from my spring store. The links for everything are in the description below.